Yo, what is going on, man? And in today's episode, what we're going to be talking about is to stop labeling things as hard. All right. Now, a word hard is very relative. And what I mean by relative, it is simply relative based on what you compare it to. For example, I'm going to take you guys back a little bit. Almost a year ago from today, I visited family over in Pakistan. And there was this one person, all right? Now, these people are considered peasants or slaves in a sense where their sole purpose, their job basically, is to come to one of my uncle's cribs, come every single day, 7 days a week. They never get a day off. They come 7 days out of the week. They clean up the entire crib. They're on their knees, scrubbing floors, cleaning up the entire place. And these guys live some of the most miserable lives because they're like peasants in that country. And listen, Pakistan is not a it's a third world country. If you're a peasant in a third world country, trust me, your life is not that good. All right. They are in some of the most awful and dirty conditions possible. They are such low class. They're not even allowed to sit on the furniture at the crib. They're that low in the society totem pole, right? Homeless people here in Canada and even in America get treated way fucking better than these fucking peasants over there, man. And what even hurts more is that their kids will come and help them clean. And I realize that these same kids that they have, they're gonna grow up to be exactly what their mother is is, just literally just a slave. And it gave me a perspective change, man, in a sense where it's like, what we really define as hard, if we really just describe the actual action, take our feelings and ourself out of it, man. A lot of the things we label as hard are not really hard, man, right? That person who was cleaning up the crib 7 days a week and her kids now, just because they were born to this woman, are now going to be a slave for the rest of their life. They will never, ever live a life of comfort ever. And it's horrible, man. And when I see that shit, man, that to live life like that is fucking hard, right? And maybe some of you guys out there haven't visited a country outside of your own, or you've only visited like first world countries. But just think about even construction workers, for example, man. Shout out to them, because bro, working 8 to 12 hours every 5 to 6 days a week, doing back-breaking work in weather conditions that are not optimal. Sometimes it's going to be very hot, sometimes it's going to be very cold, sometimes it's going to be raining, sometimes it's going to be snowing, and they still are doing that work. That work is pretty hard, man, right? We have people in our society that literally think dieting is hard. Dieting is literally just controlling what the fuck you put down your mouth. That's literally it. You don't have to be a fucking slave. You don't have to do backbreaking work. You don't have to be in such treacherous environments where you're treated as the lowest of the low. Like, bro, you're literally just controlling what you eat. You just have to fucking put the fucking donut down. What is so hard about that? Right? And the same thing when it comes to cardio. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's so hard to do cardio." Is it really? Is it really hard to move your feet back and forth on a treadmill in an air conditioned building, or a building that has heat if it's cold outside, and just move your feet back and forth for 20 or 30 minutes? Is that really hard? Ask yourself, is that really hard, man? And even when it comes to like some people's jobs, like is it really that hard to input data? You're literally just looking on a computer screen, inputting data into an Excel sheet in an air conditioned building or a building that has heat. And you're doing that for and your entire 8 hour shift, you may only do 2 or 3 hours of work. Is that really hard? You need to stop labeling stuff as hard, man, because the mind is more powerful than we actually give it credit to. When you label shit as hard, your mind is going to make it way more hard than it needs to be, because the mind is always looking for whatever you are thinking about. And that is why I really think mentality is so important, man. And I'm trying to help you guys out with your mentality. Don't say shit that you don't want to be true, man. All right? Listen, sometimes it's hard to wake up at 4, but When I think about it, all I have to do is fucking open up my eyelids and get out of bed. Is that really hard? I'd rather open my eyelids 4 in the morning and get up than having to do back-breaking construction work. Cause that shit is pretty fucking hard, man. That shit is exerting. And a lot of people may say, "Oh, well, you're just talking about the physical stuff. What about the mental stuff?" Bro, some of the mental stuff you think is hard, I'm not like, let's say studying, for example. Is studying really that hard? Or would you rather have to, or would you rather have to? I know, for example, a lawyer, one of my cousins, when they entered their internship the first day, they literally had a stack of papers that was this fucking high. And they had to go through all those fucking documents. And you're really complaining about studying is hard. What I'm trying to get across in this video, man, is simply the fact that we need to stop labeling things as hard. We need to stop labeling our actions as hard, because a lot of the times there are other activities or actions that are way harder, and you become way more grateful. And you, instead of saying fuck I gotta go work out, or fuck I gotta do the cardio, you're like, damn, I get to do the cardio, man. I get to work out, man. It's way better than having to be a fucking slave in a third world country, for example. You know what I mean? Next time you catch yourself saying some shit is hard, you need to stop yourself immediately and be like, is it really hard, or am I being a bitch? Really take yourself out of the equation and look at what the action is being done. That's what I honestly do when I'm doing something and I get maybe a little bit frustrated, or I feel like the task is very difficult. Is it difficult? Is it difficult to record a YouTube video? I'm literally just looking at the camera and talking about a specific topic for 5 to 10 minutes. Is that really hard? Obviously not. But your mind is more powerful, man. If you start saying shit is hard, it's gonna look for reasons to make it hard for you, man. So just remember, man, hard is relative. At the end of the day, man, there are people that are doing stuff that is way harder and more brutal than what you are doing in your life. Be grateful for that, man. And I promise you, when you have this kind of mindset frame, it will make doing the hard things way easier, as you won't even find them hard anymore, man. With that being said, man, if this is your first time watching me, if you could subscribe to the channel, give it a like, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys want me to talk about anything specific, you guys are having any issues, let me know. I'm definitely open to making video ideas about those sort of topics you guys are looking for. But other than that, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.